It all started during the winter break of 2001. My father, Mazen, had a theory he wanted to test. He asked himself, can I give my kids an extra dose of knowledge beyond their grade level? How much knowledge could they handle? And in what subject? My father believed math was the mother of logic, reasoning, critical thinking, and problem solving. For him, math wasn't just numbers, it was a training ground for the mind. That winter was more than just a family project. It was the beginning of a system, one that would later shape not only me and my brother, but generations of students after us. By 2002, he had a clear vision to go above and beyond the traditional curriculum. To test how successful these extra doses of math could be, he needed an unbiased benchmark. That's when he discovered the SAT. He bought every book he could find, but they were written for high school students, assuming maturity and math experience far beyond a child's level. So he created something new, a curriculum that translated SAT math into a language kids could understand. And then he put it to the ultimate test by having us sit for the official SAT itself. The first to go on this unique journey was my brother Abdulhamid, born in 1994. He was just 9 years old, in 4th grade, when he sat for the SAT in May 2003. He scored 590 out of 800 in math, placing him in the 72nd percentile worldwide. That score wasn't just a number. It proved my father's theory, that with the right approach, children could reach far beyond what the system expected of them. Abdulhamid's achievement didn't go unnoticed. The media in both the UAE and Syria highlighted his remarkable score. His school at the time recognized his success in a very special way. They awarded him a full scholarship, and he was recognized as the guest of honor at that year's graduation ceremony. And then came the question, was Abdulhamid's achievement the result of genetics, or was it the curriculum itself? To answer that question, my father opened the invitation to our friends. 6 students, including myself, joined the next year's SAT math course. In 2003-2004, we started regular lessons, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, for 7 months, right there at our house. Out of 6 kids, only 3 continued to the end, Sari, Muntasir, and me. The others weren't able to commit for the full 7 months and stepped back along the way. In May of 2004, Sari, Muntasir, and I took the SAT math. We scored 520, 550, and 610. During the same year, my brother Abdulhamid, now aged 9, studied physics with my father and took the SAT 2 physics. He scored 680 out of 800. My father's theory was proven right. With the right curriculum, the right teaching method, and 7 months of dedication, many children could master advanced math far beyond their grade level. The media also covered this achievement, with newspapers sharing our story widely. In the summer of 2004, my father designed the curriculum for the SAT 2 math. The rules were the same, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, and no homework. The next year, in 2005, the 4 of us, Sari, Abdulhamid, Muntasir, and I, sat for the SAT 2 Math 1C exam. Our scores came in at 660, 710, 710, and 740. Abdulhamid also took the more advanced SAT 2 Math 2C and scored an outstanding 780 out of 800. By now, my father had proven his theory, but he could no longer commit to daily lessons at a fixed time because of his day job. Muntasir and Sari stepped away, and our lessons continued only as my father's schedule allowed. In 2006, Abdulhamid and I took the AP Calculus AB exam, and both of us scored a perfect 5 out of 5. I had just turned 11 and Abdulhamid was 12. With that, my father's method had reached a milestone no one thought possible. From that point on, my father believed we could continue on our own. He was convinced of the transformation that had taken place in our logic, reasoning, critical thinking, problem solving, and comprehension. And he wasn't wrong. Aside from supplying us with the materials we needed, my father no longer played an active role in our education. And this is what our journey with our father allowed us to achieve on our own. Let me tell you about Abdulhamid's remarkable journey. At just 14 years old, he aced the British high school system, completing 5 GCSEs and 3 A-levels. By the age of 15, he had already been accepted to Imperial College London, one of the top 10 universities worldwide. Only a year later, while still in grade 11, he was offered admission to MIT. At 17, he officially began his studies there, and in 2015, he graduated from MIT with a double major in economics and in mathematics with computer science, as well as a minor in political science. After graduation, he spent 3 years working at McKinsey, gaining invaluable experience. He then went on to earn master's degrees from both Harvard and Stanford. And in 2022, he took his passion for education global, founding a nonprofit dedicated to supporting math education in underdeveloped countries. My own journey took a unique path as well. At 16, I completed the British high school system, finishing 5 GCSEs and 3 A-levels. At 17, I decided to take the GMAT exam and scored 680 out of 800, even though it's actually meant for MBA admissions. When it came time for university, I was fortunate to be accepted into some incredible institutions: the Sorbonne, the University of Toronto, Cornell, and Williams College. I was even waitlisted at MIT. In 2017, I graduated from Williams College with a double major in economics and psychology. After that, I spent 3 years in consulting, building valuable experience in the professional world. But by 2020, I knew it was time to return to my true passion, education. In 2006, my father set us free to continue on our own. Alongside his consulting work, he dedicated himself to tutoring high school students. His students went on to top universities, including Yale, New York University, and the University of Toronto. In 2013, he made another move. He created Shamsuna Al-Arabiya, a platform where he translated courses from MIT, Harvard, Yale, and Stanford. The subjects ranged from math, physics, and robotics to several liberal arts courses as well. His exposure to MIT math courses gave him unique insight into what high school students would face at such prominent universities. Accordingly, he refined his teaching for high school students year after year, aligning it with the level of rigor they would encounter when they stepped into those institutions. A few years ago, my father began working on If It Is Math, a dedicated company to teach SAT math to students from upper elementary through high school. He designed and created every part of our system: the teaching curriculum, prep courses, practice tests, and of course, our signature SAT math courses for elementary and middle school students. Soon enough, I joined him to carry forward the same vision and to make our journey available to students everywhere. What began on our dining table in 2001 as a bold experiment is now a complete system, built for one purpose: to transform how students learn math and to prove that with the right guidance, they can go further than they ever imagined. This is our history, and now this can be your future too.